Hello there. You might have seen people over the last couple of months point out that we have a really interesting general election coming up because we've never had an election where people who are running have felt so unsafe or so in need for security. And that was surprisingly highlighted over the past couple of days by Christopher Luxon from the National Party, who, to be fair, I'm not a National Party fan, but this is not acceptable. At an event in the Rangiora, Christopher Luxon was stalked by Voices for Freedom and Counterspin Media. In fact, here is a screenshot from the Counterspin Media feed where Calvin Alp went up to start asking questions. Just asking questions, we know what that's called. This is not acceptable for a couple of reasons. Other than the body language and the stalking literally right behind him to ask him a question. Why won't you talk to me? Come on, talk to me. You see, it's easy to sit there and just wash this away as going, you know what, he's just a stupid conspiracy theorist with his own online show. But Calvin Alp has got over 20 years of experience of being really problematic, from when he set up his own paramilitary group ready to fight to take back the country, through to the Wellington protest last year where he was calling on protesters to try and storm the building and arrest MPs, all the way up to this year, this month in fact, where he's due to be sentenced for distributing objectionable material in relation to the Christchurch massacre. Distributing material in relation to the Christchurch massacre does not sound like a good thing for anybody. And here he is with the leader of the opposition and Voices for Freedom being allowed into a public forum, which I guess kind of makes sense, but there needs to be security there for the protection of these politicians. Now, while I don't necessarily agree with Luxon on a lot of things, no politician in this country should need to feel intimidated, and that's exactly what he was doing. Anyone who has ever been to a high school in Aotearoa, New Zealand, will understand the idea of being staunched out by someone, because that's exactly what he is trying to do here. He is trying to intimidate the leader of the opposition. And the leader of the opposition is a straight white male. Imagine how bad that would be for a woman, a person of colour, somebody from the LGBT community. This year's election is really important for a number of reasons, like every election. At the same time, we need to ensure our democracy can go ahead and do what it does best and work the way that it works best. And that is not going to happen when you've got literal conspiracy theorists who are pushing for harm on our elected officials, being able to walk right up to them in public and try and stand over them and threaten them. It's not acceptable, and we need to learn from this.